Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I hope you all are doing well today because there ain't much to talk about. We'll talk about Mauricio Pochettino's comment that some fans have taken and are running with it, making you can say making just too much of it when it's nothing really. And we'll talk about Postecoglou's comments. You can call it mind game between the managers. And yeah, we'll talk about the game even more. It's an important game. It's a day, a few hours from now. We'll hear you. But right now, if you're in the chat and you're watching, the question I'm asking you right now, what do you think will happen? And now you're looking forward to this one. Drop it in the chat, and when I get there, I will take a look at it. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back. It's the Blue Morning Show again. And much love to all of you that have found time to join us this morning. And hopefully, more people will join. You know, we haven't hosted the Blue Morning Show consistently for a while now. We're trying to go with a time that will be more convenient for me so I can take care of all the stuff. And again, when somebody is ready, the person will take over the Blue Morning Show, and the evening show will still be there. The Blue Morning Show is what we're known for, but we'll diversify it to make things go smoothly for the channel. And Emmanuel Anderson says that Chelsea win tomorrow. That's a strong belief. I hope so. A lot of people, the pundits, rival fans, don't give us a chance. They think we're gonna be battered or mopped to the floor with. But Emmanuel, more importantly, I hope you're doing well. On board already. That's Moses Atwaru, Mr. Atwaru. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this morning. Up Chelsea. That's so chosen. Up chosen, you say? Okay, up chosen. If that's what you want me to say, I hope you're doing well, Mr. Nonso Chiku. Big up, coach, and keeping it real, Chelsea, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I don't know. Whenever I tell you to put your information in the chat, put your not your information, the link to your channel in the chat so people can go check it out. You never do that. Come on, man, do it. And I'm serious, do it. We're one. Well, you can say we are selfless here. That's why we're growing as quickly as we're doing. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. And I know you get there too because you know your stuff. But let me say this. Just click the three dots to his name. Click on go to channel, go subscribe. YouTube and so all of you there, and Mr. Twaru and Anderson, go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. Up Chelsea, yep, I agree. Come on, Chelsea, let's go, Peter Pan. Mr. Peter Pan, I haven't seen you in 1,000 years. That's not to say we're vampires, but I hope you're doing well, bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Must win, yep. We have to win. Every game is a must win from now on. And that's because we've lost 4 games already, and that's a huge problem in my opinion. Chelsea will win this game by 2-0. Wow. No, so okay, that is you're very confident. We need to score first to get 80 points. Yeah, it's a game. You can say you have to take your chances. It's a game they're gonna play with a high line. It's the sort of game that we will do well. But the question is, will we take our chances? If we do, then we can win the game by the time it ends. But hopefully we're clinical in front of goal. I don't want to repeat of what we're seeing repeatedly this particular season. Sorry, I have to take a sip of my coffee. Yep, so I woke up properly. I have lost, you can say, the mojo of waking up to 2:30 a.m. to host the Blue Morning Show. Oh my goodness, bro! Yeah, we are winning. I hope we do. Tim Karen Wealth. I hope we do really. Constantine Dante. Much love to you, brother. Always, always, always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Chipchilla, he calls me, and I like it. Spurs are Afro title contenders. They still have their Halloween costumes and as title challenges, as title challenges. So they still take it up. So they still, you could say, what we're seeing that isn't real, maybe an illusion, right? Houston, I'm still a bit concerned about them, but I don't think they're strong enough to win it. Teams are faltering and they're still doing well now, but you have to respect them given how well they've done so far. I have to say. Apparently, we've won already. I don't want that to be the case. That's a mindset I don't want. I know the players. It's a good thing. We know. You can say we only do well against the big boys, and you can say at this stage of the season, Tottenham they count as one of the big boys given where they're at the table, and the fact that they're the only team that haven't lost a single game this season, that's huge. So that's the sort of game I know we'll get a good result from. I hope that happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And I want to hear you. The question I asked you is this: are you looking forward to this one? If you were, or if you weren't, has anything changed? If that's the case, you let us know what you think will happen. What do you think will be the outcome? Let's hear you in the chat. It'd be interesting to see what you have to say before we move on. Yeah, pardon me. I'm drinking. You can say a bucket of coffee, so I don't doze off on the show here because I haven't done the Blue Morning show at this time. At this time for a while now. When it's a kickoff, the kickoff for me, I think it's 12 p.m. my time. That's Las Vegas time. That should be around. Should I say 4 p.m. UK time? I haven't checked what time it is for UK time. So you have to do the conversion there. Coach, with all the flex in the last couple of days, with muscles everywhere, Constantin Dante, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 16 likes already. That's a good sign. Hopefully, we'll get 100 likes by the time the show ends. We haven't done that for a while now. And I understand. Yeah, usually because we're not one of the big accounts, since it's not the transfer window, things tend to slow down a bit more. Give me 1 second now. I have to quickly turn off my AC before I melt here. I'll be right back. All right, so sorry about that, guys. So if you have anything, I'll ask the question. I'm gonna ask it one more in case you missed it. Are you looking forward to this game? If you weren't and now you are, if you were and now you're not, yeah, I want to hear you. What has changed? Or just let us know whether you think we'd win this or whether you think we'd lose it, whether you think it will end in a draw. Let's hear you. We're here to talk about the game. This is the Build Up Show. I wouldn't blame you if we lose heavily, Coach, because none of those looks like Chelsea players. Yeah, it's AI generated. Chelsea players dressed like Roman soldiers. Yeah, just Chelsea themed Roman soldiers maybe. As a concept, I use it as a background, but I get where you where you're coming from. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and if you're following the show on Facebook or on Twitter, listen, we do monthly giveaway for our students who are members of the community. We didn't do one last month, but we'll account for that this month. That's certainly that's how we operate here. So if you're following the show on Facebook or on Twitter, you're better off subscribing to the channel on YouTube. So whenever we do a giveaway for us members who are students, you get a chance to win at least a $50. And I'm not kidding you. I saw this about it. But that's by the way, keep dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. We're going to start addressing some of the items we have lined up here. But that's not to say you have no right to answer the question. You can go ahead and try to answer the question I've asked. So you're looking forward to this one. What do you think the outcome will be? Do you think we'll lose? Do you think we'll win? Whatever you think, you let me know. Gunners, need to hook up a Fabio Vieira with coaches gym routine. Okay, I get it. My bro here hyping me. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 17 likes. We should be doing better than that. And quickly, I want to appeal to those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you, and that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one more favor, one tiny bitty favor. Please take a second and drop a like on the video for us to help us garner more likes and reach more people. Yes, looking forward to the game. However, uh, um, looking forward to the game. How Poch handles this one, and players would like to see some passion. I'd like to see a spirited performance, but I'm really not concerned. I think we will play well. The question is will we win, or will it end in the draw, or are we going to lose this one? Because certainly we're playing a team that doesn't defend deep, which means by default we're going to play well. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Hey, JC, nice to see you there. I hope you're doing well. I can't complain. It's a big day for Pochettino. That's certainly the case, but for Pochettino, for the players, and hopefully they get a win. So the first one here, I'm guessing. I think were we actually interested in signing Calvin Phillips before he joined Manchester City? And as Bobby would say, now he sits he sits in the stands during games. He's a player I liked. His days at Leeds United, I think he did very well for them. They saw them before, yep, and then signed Tyler Adams, the U.S. international. I don't know. It doesn't look like Pep likes him that much, or maybe he's just one of those players he likes to use for the John Michelobi role, but he hasn't even done that much. He signed him, I think, when you could say he wanted to be more pragmatic the following season. But let's see what happens. Calvin Phillips expected to leave Manchester City in January. Guardiola, Calvin exceptional in many things. Why he doesn't play, Rodri is key for us. Never ever mix one action against mates that play, or a bad face, training bad. I'd love to give him as much minutes as possible. That's just him saying, yeah, he's been a professional. He's not complaining of that. But his thing, I appreciate Eddie. Eddie maybe feels like maybe it's interesting to hear whether Chelsea fans thinks we should go for him. I think we're packed in that department. I don't think we should push for him, in my opinion. I know there are other clubs that be interested given his experience, and he probably will help them do well. But at Chelsea, we don't need him. We still have Leslie Ugochukwu. We have Moises Caicedo. We have I'm not gonna let me not count Enzo Fernandez. It's not traditionally a DM, but Moises Caicedo can play a DM. What's the same? Romeo Lavie can play as a DM. Leslie Ugochukwu can play as a DM. And I think, I think Andres Santos can also play as a DM. Cesare Casade, I'm not too sure what position he plays, but we'll find out. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Pep is saying, because Rodri, but when Rodri was out, Phillips never played. Exactly. So he has to, you can say, present, you can say, believable excuse. And without you paying attention, that the fact that in the absence of Rodri, he wasn't playing, I wouldn't know because I didn't pay attention. That's how he could say one of England's best defensive midfielders are really actually being wasted there, in my opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. And nice to see you here, JC. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. 19 likes. Come on, people. And we are 20 minutes into the show. Let's make it measure, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. And if you haven't, please keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's move on. Let's see. All right, let's go. Once again, were you looking forward to the game? Have anything changed? Let us know in the chat. Are you concerned? Whatever you think, let us know. We're here to talk about the game. And are you concerned about any Tottenham player in particular? For me, Son, as always, is an excellent finisher. Even half a slip, he put away chances. Let's see. This one here says, okay, there you go. I think we're getting into the nitty gritty, as what's his name would say. That's what Chelsea fans have been. They have been, you can say, yeah, crying about, or you can say, saying some nonsense, especially some big accounts. Shockingly, this is saying Mauricio Pochettino says it's so competitive. Okay, let's leave this one for last, maybe, because there are other ones where people are saying like he killed someone. So this one said Mauricio Pochettino believes he could still manage Tottenham again, despite reaffirming his commitment to Chelsea. Yeah, should this be an issue? I don't think it should be. In all honesty, I don't think this should be any sort of be a problem. But here's the thing: people always, you can say, they always look for something to be unnecessarily negative. In my opinion, to me, this is nothing. But everyone else, you can say, we all see things from different lenses, and people have every right to express their opinions, respective opinions, the way they deem fit. To me, nothing there. Pochettino has, let's say, for instance, let's use Mourinho. His coach at Chelsea was fired and rehired by Chelsea. Let's say when he was, for instance, at other clubs, then even though I don't remember him saying that he'd never coach at Chelsea. I'm quite sure if you ask him at the time, he would tell you, yeah, he'd like to coach Chelsea. Even when he was a manager at other clubs, Mourinho, if you ask him about Chelsea, he will always tell you he has a good relationship with the Chelsea fans, although he doesn't go to the extent of saying that he wants to manage them once again if the opportunity comes. But here's the thing: had he said, even if he said such, such at the time, I don't think it'd be a problem. It's as simple as that. It's a matter of principle for the individual in question, and for me, I don't read anything into this. Just win matches. Just get us to start winning games. That's all I ask of you. I don't care what you say. You're my club manager, and all I'm going to do is support you no matter what. And I want you to win games. So to me, it's absolute nonsense to take this sort of comment and run with it, and maybe finding ways, excuses to just blame the manager. Calvin Phillips is on 165K a week, and how old is he actually? Let's see whether he doesn't care that much. You could argue should have left Man City by now, but probably because he's earning that much money, he hasn't pushed to leave the club. And by which is quickly an announcement we will be doing it every week, especially usually every Friday. Except if it's a Premier League on Friday, then we'll do it on Thursday. We'll be doing match Premier League week game week review and previews and predictions, and we'll also do reviews also on the other channel. So Calvin Felix, that's a lot of money, and I think isn't he 27, 26, 27? Let me check his age quickly. So that's yes, yeah. Let's check it and see how maybe he's just retiring there. Calvin Phillips, because it doesn't look like he will ever play. Calvin Phillips' age, yeah, 27. There will be lots of clubs interested in signing him. Well, let's see what he does here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yep, this says just saying hello to each other. Was a fan of Calvin Phillips before he joined the City, but now I don't want us to fund City and buy a reject that did not work out for them. And more importantly, you can say, yeah, we don't need them. More importantly, we don't need them. Yeah. Just see, okay, just people exchanging pleasantries there. A bit busy. Okay, yeah, the stream don't pay the bill, so take care. It's always a pleasure. Let's say, who do you want to sign in January? Honestly, right now, I don't know. We have I'm not quite sure. I think I need to see the team even more. I'm not going to say we should sign a goalkeeper because it doesn't make sense. Chances has shown good signs. The only issue I've had with him is his distribution and his ability on the ball. And that's something I've taken my time to analyze. And I agree to some arguments I've heard from some of my friends that maybe as the team gels proper, we'll see less and less of the mistakes he's made from the back. You see people, you can say, making you can say creating passing lanes in areas that will make it easier for him to pass out from the back end, not pass the ball to the opponent directly. And we haven't seen Petrovic shoot. Petrovic, from what I've seen, I'm going to be honest. The most I know about him is what I've seen from clips or comps, if that's a language you prefer. I don't know him that much, so I wouldn't say okay, that's goalkeeper out. Department sorted out. Defensive area. Rumors are that we're looking to sign a CB. That's because this will be Thiago Silva's last season. And am I sure? Do I think we'll sign a defender in January? Not too sure. Midfield area, maybe a 10. Because I'm not sure Candice Chukwuemeka is a 10. Cole Palmer is able to fulfill that role. But the manager always wants players who can play across the attacking line and not just in one particular position. So maybe just a number 9 at this point. Yeah, maybe a number 9. And then the profile of number 9, I honestly do not know. And I have to be honest. I have to be honest with you. Who do you want? Yeah, I've answered that one in my opinion, to the best of my knowledge. Let's see. Poch just needs to keep his mouth shut and be careful what he says if he doesn't want the criticism. Here's the thing. I think he will learn from this. Sometimes you need to make adjustments to, you can say, to not cause problems within the fan base. Managers do that. But to me, he probably said that innocently, not suspecting that he will cause an, should I say, an uproar or be uproar, or maybe be problematic. I don't know. For me, it's nothing. I wonder why we signed Poch, to be honest. I think he will deliver, in my opinion. And that's probably, maybe he was the only one that was going to take the job anyway, without saying, asking the club to sign more experienced players or more established players that will cost us premium. Good morning to you too, Oladipo Jude, my bro, my New York bro. Much love to you. Always nice to see you. We haven't spoken in a while. I know you've been sending me messages, but probably now you've learned that I almost always never check my WhatsApp message itself if I'm expecting a specific a message from a brother like you. Let's see. And this says, Coach, the problem is not what he says, but what he's on about. We have a game which fans want him to win, and all his chatter is about him, and there's so much noise. I hope he's preparing for the game. Here's the thing. Why? He should be preparing for the game. The question is something I want to say quickly. He probably said what he said because based on, you could say, the question that the president there asked him, in my opinion, Chelsea, please, let's stop giving coaches more than a year contract except they perform. Wow, there's no point giving the manager a 4-year contract and sack them in the first 2 years. He's not on a 4-year contract. He's on a 2-year contract with an option to extend. Let's see what else we have here. And the blue certificate, my bro, is in the house. I've never seen a wife divorce her husband and still get compliments from him. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. So you're not winning this one. I see any kissing, hugging, or twerking from Poch tonight. The bus will be pulling up at 3 points lane. Big up to you too, brother. To me, it's nothing. To me, somebody answer this guy here. He's not a Chelsea fan, and I'm not sure what to say to him. Mohamed the GOAT. Chelsea today, you cannot lose. You will be 15th if we do. Big up to you too. My bro, the coolest Charles, my brother today. Woo! From the Madiba land. Always nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Coach, also his behavior after losses. Poch seems clueless, like fans will not react. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that he was having a conversation with who was that after that game that we lost. I don't think it makes sense. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have 42 people watching, so we should be doing better than 27 likes. Let's go. Road to 20K. Let's go, people. Let's go. That's my brother there in the chat. I appreciate you saying that. And DJ, DJ, what has happened? We never see you on the panel again. But more importantly, I hope you're doing well, brother. Big up Kuchila and everyone on the stream. Bunch shocking comments. Wow, there you go. One of the traditional fans. The man still Spuzzy. I said from the beginning we should have gotten Luis Enrique. I hope a punch does not cause issues in the fan base. Wow. Heston, I'm not saying you said anything wrong, by the way, DJ. That is something that's very common with traditional fans. I have to be honest with you. Heston, for me, personally, it's nothing. Honestly, we've heard Mourinho, even when he was manager at other clubs, say something to the effect of, yeah, I have a good relationship with the Chelsea fans. I don't know. Did they go to the extent of he gets a chance to, if the opportunity comes for him to coach Chelsea at the time, coach Chelsea again, be Chelsea manager again at the time? I can't quite remember, but I did remember he saying something, to the effect of him having a good relationship with Chelsea fans. To me, honestly, I see this as nothing. But that's me. And I get it. I expect this from the more traditional fans, like the match-going fans like DJ and Bobby. I think Roger will differ. I think to Roger, he will be nothing also. But I think Roger will also mention that maybe he shouldn't say that. As much as it's nothing to me, I'd say maybe he shouldn't say that. But that's how you learn. If it's a mistake, if it is indeed a mistake, I think he learns from it because he's a smart man. But to me, I think it's nothing. Just win. And the truth remains, DJ, let's be honest here. If we batter Spurs in their stadium today and beat them 2-0, even 1-0, you all will be forgiven and forgotten, in my opinion. But if he loses, then that's where this is a problem. So for me, I don't care much about this. Let him just win. It's as simple as that. In all honesty, that's what I want to happen. Just win. I don't care what he says, what he said. I just want him to win the game. Yeah, but we'll find out in a few hours what happens. So smash the like button, people. My bro DJ says smash the like button and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. The blues. Let's see what it's Dr. Phil Potter in. Thank you. You're trolling right now, but thank you very much. God bless you for the suggestion. We move. This emoji is trending. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. DJ exchanging pleasantry with members of the communities here. Appreciate that. Ngolo done. Yep, that's why am I even hyping you, Constantine Dante? You know I don't like you. Let's see what else we have here. Coach, it's nothing until Poch made it something. Okay, can you elaborate? I want to know, how did he make it something, in my opinion? But here's the thing, I agree. Some people will not be happy with that. And it's understandably so, if you're a fan. But I don't think we should see it as anything. I think our priority for should be let him just win again. It could be it could be you could say simply maybe mind games. Yeah, that may well be the case because after all, Postecoglou himself did say something to the effect of spending that much money doesn't help you win or something to that effect. Which is mind game, in my opinion. Which means they feel like, they're better than us and they're gonna win us. And I like that mindset. That's when Chelsea usually pulls off some surprise. Don't worry, Kuchila, I'm still Poch in. No, I know you're not Poch out. I read your comment and that's why we're here, to have a good conversation, not to fight each other. You present your opinion, I present mine. But that's who I am. And I know most likely fans like you, the more traditional fans, will have an issue with that. Let's see what else we have here. Oh no, what has the cooler sales done? What did he do? I want to know. Let's see. What else do we have here? Anything else to address? People just saying exchanging pleasantries there. I can't speak this morning. I'm not used to the Blue Morning Show that much anymore. Again, Chelsea fans cooking Poch. I hope we lose tonight. I know you're joking. Yep. Here's the thing: we're not gonna. I don't think we'd lose. What would be the outcome? I don't know. But they're really cooking him, especially the big accounts. To me, yeah, and what shouldn't be an issue, actually. Good day to you too, Ajahn Edikachi. Always nice to see you, Coach. These are the kinds of things you say after the game when you've slapped them, not before the game. If we lose this game, he will not be getting an extension. I think he will get an extension, but the fans are not going to be happy. I totally understand where you're coming from. The fans are not going to be happy, but the man will still get an extension. I'm going to say this again. He shouldn't have spoken like that. But for me, it's nothing really. But a lot, you can say, 90% of the, at least, let me say, of the traditional fans are not going to like that because they see things from a fan's perspective and not from the manager's perspective. Good morning. Good morning, Brendan. Miss you all. We miss you too, brother. Where have you been, Louis Rivera? It's been a minute. You always you show up at hard times. Coach, there's an English proverb, barking dogs don't bite. Okay, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Big up, Coach Kukurea is about to do some gang of business tonight. I trust him, honestly. Even before he started showing the sort of level he's showing right now, I've always said there's a good player in him. And I can mention specifically, him, Koulibaly, those are players I know very well. And here's me, my analysis of players, I'll tell you their weaknesses and you can say their strengths. That's who I am. Kukurea, I know him that much. I didn't give up on him, and boy, he's proving me right now. But nice to see you, Tommy Bryan. I hope you're doing well. Poch has every right to say whatever he wants because they asked him the question, and he had to answer. I agree with you. At the same time, if he knew that this would become an issue, I'd say maybe answer it differently. Or say I shouldn't be talking about that right now. Something to that effect, and move on. Do I have a problem with his answer? No. But that sets him up for more scrutiny. If he loses against us, chances are people will be saying probably he intentionally helped them. You can say maybe he's an agent of sports. That's the only reason why I don't like that. But still, I'm not going to be crying all day for it or go hug a transformer, an electric transformer because of it. No. It didn't even move me one bit. I'm only talking about it because people are running with it and acting like it's the end of the world. That's why we're talking about it here. Hey, what does that photo mean? Look at it. Those are Chelsea players dressed for war. And that's Musungu. Yep, they dress like warriors. That's a theme. It's war. It's derby. If you understand that. We have this one actually. I think there's another one. Where's the other one? No, we'll use that one for the pregame show. I've been watching your reaction to the result, Coach, to see if you flip flop on all this wonderful positive talk. I am hearing you. I don't flip flop. You know me. Let's talk about the case of Graham Potter. I think a month or two into his tenure, I started saying I'm not too sure what I'm seeing here. Yeah. And my argument at the time was always that, but I'm not gonna go out in the street and be screaming Potter out because it doesn't change anything. Yep. And I got cooked on Twitter for it, and I think I had to I had to come to you to say, come on, man, come to my aid, man. Because people were cooking me. Someone mentioning the fact that I'm from the US. Maybe I don't know football. But yeah, even when Frank Lampard was hired, I wasn't happy. But that's me. I'm not giving up on Poch because I know he's the man for the job. I am one of the old school Chelsea fans. Shocking. You think I don't know? Back to the 80s, I have seen it all. The good time, the bad times. Yep. And I know you're a hardcore Chelsea fan. You're Chelsea through and through. And I know you're still Poch in, but we're just having a conversation, in my opinion. I'll come to you in a bit, Jeri Zee. Just give me a few minutes here. I just had a baby, been busy. Wow. Congratulations and fireworks for you and your baby. Again, thank you for letting us know. We rejoice with you. If that's your first, believe me, I have 3, a 6.5, a 4, and then 2. And yeah, it's not easy to be a father, but it's something that you will forever cherish. Congratulations to you, Louis Rivera. We rejoice with you, and I'm saying that wholeheartedly. It's a good thing. So yeah, let's see. Delicious comment, the beautiful game, your first win, and then Twak to tease. What is my man doing before the game? Here's the thing. All I want is just win. It doesn't matter what he says. Is Badia Shile ready to start today? You could say, yeah, he played 75 minutes in the last game. So plus training, maybe he starts, but we'll find out. Or maybe he comes in at some point. But I'd rather him start with Silva and Kukura playing the left back position with James in the right back position. I don't want any makeshift left back in this game. It's going to be problematic if we do that. Poch does have the right to say whatever he wants, but Ansar is a smartly stay neutral. Yes, that's a delicious comment. That's how I feel about it. It doesn't matter what he says, just win. But the more cautious you are, the fine. That is the better you'd be. If you get my, I think that makes sense. That's the delicious comments of the day, in my opinion. Just craft your comments, craft your responses. If you don't do that, journalists will get into trouble by asking you some questions. And I'm actually into scrutinizing every word that comes out of the mouth of somebody that I'm conversing with. But here's the thing: sometimes I just move on from some. For instance, when the owners use the term, we will figure it out. Figuring it out using the term, that language, we will figure it out, is something that's very common in the United States, but not very common in the UK. Probably they'll see it out. Oh, they're so confused. They don't know what they're doing. They're still actually trying to find a way to start doing better, in my opinion. So language matters. So, but we move on. Let's please move on from it. Honestly. We need to lose this game because fans are crying. So I know deep down you don't want us to lose this game. If we lose to Spurs and we see Poch on sidelines smiling with opposition staff and walks on the pitch smiling, laughing, hugging Spurs players, yeah, I'll have a problem with that. Because same energy. We had an issue with Captain America having a conversation with the Leeds United players that slapped us. I wasn't happy. Yeah, and actually, but he shouldn't be doing that. I'm not convinced that Poch can win this game, but if he does, it will be good for his career. He has exhibited some cluelessness from the bench, and you cannot afford to be clueless versus Sports. Wow. Oh my goodness. You see? Dante, okay, he cannot hug his old mates. Let's see. Kachila, the context shows his frame of mind. I doubt he can prepare those warriors on your picture with the expression on his face. Okay, palpable discord, as Emanala said. I think that's just your opinion. Saying that's reflective of his mindset right now. In my opinion, that's your opinion. With all due respect, Tabejo, he can do that privately. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Congratulations from people there, Louis Rivera, and thank you. That's how we operate, and thank you so much for letting us know. Let's see. Thanks, guys. I'm happy. Just really, really tired. Oh yeah, I like that. You're really, really tired. You're getting. I don't mean to laugh of you. I've been through that season. I'm in season 3 of that right now, and I know how that feels. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a good thing. Yeah. Really, really happy but tired. I like that one. Congratulations to you too, brother. That's just hilarious. Oh my goodness. I can't stop laughing. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Poch can exchange for numbers with sports players and manage. It doesn't matter to me, in my opinion. But here's the thing: if we lose, he shouldn't do that. Just say hello to them and move on. Yep. And even if they are cheering him, he should move on. But for me, even if it does, it won't. It's nothing to me. That's who I am. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. When Yose was asked in a press conference about Arsenal, he responded with Wenger is just a specialist in failure. Now, that's the response I want. But when you asked me about Chelsea, what sort of response did you get from him? Let's hear you. Yeah. When you ask him about Chelsea, he'd always tell you he has a good relationship with Chelsea, but he's always cautious not to say he'd coach them again, which was what I say. If Pochettino, if I were him, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying I'd get coaching them again if the opportunity calls. But remember, the you could say the journalist, they pressed him. And he probably wasn't cautious. Well, probably was emotional when he was, you say, giving them those responses, and mistakenly said something that's a problem right now, in my opinion. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 34 likes, and we have 59 people watching. We should be doing better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's get the likes up. Let's see. Chelsea will win. I hope so. Onochie, oh no. I like your name. Onochie, Chukwu Onochie. Can you say your full name? Well, you can say Onochie. That's it. Usually Onochie stops at Onochie. The coolest Chelsea in Cooking Punch. I just felt he could have answered that question in another way. It's as simple as that. I get it, but I know you've moved on to. I know he should have been cautious with this response. But in all honesty, to me, it's nothing. Just win. That's how I see it. In Poch, I trust. I just know there are some fans out there that will not like it, and they're cooking him already. It's probably overdone by now. Yeah. I am realistic, mates. Okay, just having a conversation there. I know one in particular. I think we know who this is. Congratulations once more, Louis. And my bro, Wally Waldo in the house. I haven't seen you in a while, Wally Waldo. I hope you're doing well. With the joke, that's called a VAR this season. You really think we can win? I think so. And I think we've been lucky. And Tottenham Stadium. I think that's what it's called. We've been lucky there. You could say we've been the boogeyman team in that particular stadium. And look at this man that I don't like. It's in the house. A big up to you, too, Chelsea Matey. He's just waffling. I don't like him. And I don't like him. And people, he doesn't like subscribers. So let's make him mad by subscribing to his channel. From Onochie, from all of you in the chat, if you haven't subscribed to Michi Boy's YouTube channel, please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him get to 2,000 subscribers as soon as possible and keep growing together. Big up to you too, Michi Boy. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Yeah, Michi Boy, a lot of people don't like you in the chat there, and yeah, I see you can see that. And Michi, tapping his, yeah, I know. Much love to you, Michi. I sincerely do appreciate the love you've shown this community. And I will always reciprocate whenever I get a chance. You're such a nice individual, and I'm glad to have met you in the community here. And hopefully, we can find ways to help each other grow, keep growing together, and get and keep growing. So I appreciate you. Much love to you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Mourinho called Wenger of Royer. It was almost like Wenger was too focused on our club than his. I am just trying. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Hi, coach. And there's Patrick Joyce. Nice to see you once more. I am going to be going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight to watch the game and hope for something. I hope we win. I don't want you to leave at the stadium, leave the stadium complaining. But more importantly, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, Mr. Patrick. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see what else we have here. The main thing is how the match going fans react to it. If the match going fans don't like it, it will be unpleasant to say the least. Support them. Here's the thing. For me, I'm going to say this again. I honestly, deep down, do not care what the manager says. But I still think he should be cautious with whatever he says. It doesn't matter to me. Just win the game. He's the man for the job. That's all that matters to me. But be cautious what you say. You don't want to unsettle the fan base. You don't want to set the stage to make it easier for them to turn against you if you lose game. But nice to hear that you're good. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. Jeri Zee was in the chat. It looks like he's going to take care of something. Maybe Justin don't want to be on the panel, but that's fine. Anyway, let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're all at 35 likes. We should be doing better than that. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Yep. Okay, let's see. I'm sure I'm not still sleepy. I've had nearly a cup of coffee. So why am I still slow like this? This is Mauricio Pochettino says he wants to stay at Chelsea until the day he dies. A new slant, a new slant on the headline. Houston. That's why this sort of comment. I'm quite sure a lot of people that are, you can say, that are slandering him, that wants him gone because of his comments, probably didn't read the whole article and hear the part where he says he wants to stay at Chelsea until the day he dies. There's a few more comments here. Mauricio Pochettino admits only success would allow him to replicate the love he has from fans at Chelsea to the level it was at Spurs. So pay attention, not just take one thing and run with it. And this one in particular here, where he says, Mauricio Pochettino says he's so competitive that he wants to kill Spurs tonight when Chelsea face them. So if you're going to take the other one and run with it, take this one and run with it too. Another twist on the headline. Exactly. Easy days. So Simon Phillips is doing good here. But if you're reading only what Matt Law says, it doesn't give you too much clue to it. Again, doesn't talk about so much of what the man has said. But he just picks something that will be huge for Chelsea fans, presented out there, and people are going crazy about it. So if you're going to talk about all those ones that we've read, if you're going to talk about this one, talk about, forget about Calvin Felix. We don't even need to talk about that right now. Talk about the fact Mauricio Pochettino believes he could still manage Spurs. Matt Law, that's the one he used as headline. And look at, he knows what he's doing. Pay attention here. Matt Law used that as a headline. And here he made sure only people Matt Law mentioned can reply. Yeah. And that's because he knows some sensible Chelsea fans, lots of sensible Chelsea fans will cook him. They will fight him if you because to me this is nothing. Look at it. He just used this as the headline. Now look at subsequent comments from the manager. This one here says he wants to stay at Chelsea until the day he dies. Matt Law didn't say that. He did not say that. He said he still wants to manage Spurs. He did not tell you that Mauricio Pochettino admits only success would allow him to replicate the sort of love he has from fans at Chelsea to the level he had at Spurs. He didn't say this. That Mauricio Pochettino says he's so competitive that he would want to kill Spurs tonight when Chelsea face them. He didn't say that. But of course, people will just, you can say a lot of us are into, let me use the term I use when I try to sell my clients a website, a project, or to get them to pay me to develop website for them. When they write so much stuff, I'll tell them, look, web softwares are lazy. You have to make it scannable. You have to make it easier for them to see the main point. So he used that technique here. All he wants is the clicks. More importantly, what Matt Law wants is the click. But if you read through the article, get to see the subsequent comments. But he had to go with this to get as many clicks as possible. To me, which is very disingenuous of him. I think it's dangerous. This is the sort of thing. Yeah, clickbait. Yeah, it's dangerous too. I don't think it's okay. So if you're going to slander the manager for that, consider all the things he did say. And probably it was an emotionally driven, you can say, oppressor for him. And it's easy to get him to say something that will put him into trouble. But that's, by the way, Roger, let's hear you. What do you make of this whole nonsense about the manager's comments? To me, it's much ado about nothing. And unfortunately, web softwares are lazy. They go with the first thing they see. And some of them actually won't pay attention to the subsequent comments that Simon Phillips is showing us, which shows the manager actually. Let's hear you, Roger. It just doesn't. I'm pissed right now. If you hear, I've gone from gear 1 to gear 20 right now. After reading the subsequent comments, I've seen them all, but as the show went on, it just doesn't make sense. But let's hear you, Roger.
Well, first of all, that's a hell of a clutch to go from gear 1 to gear 20. What clutch are you using? Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning.
Yeah, I remember that movie too. But
I love it.
Let's hear you, Roger.
Hola. I hope everyone's well. Mitchy boy. everybody. Good morning,
Mhm.
Coach. So please forgive me, but what's all the fuss about? What was the statement that everyone's clicking on? I'm not privy to it. I apologize,
Here's,
sir.
here's the thing. What the fans don't like is the fact that he said this one here. Mauricio Pochettino believes he could see it, and that this is actually said believes. He did not say he will. It says he believes he could still manage Tottenham Hotspur again, despite you can say he adds it to it, despite reforming. You see, he adds a twist to it,
Yeah, you
despite
know what?
reforming his commitment to Chelsea. Yeah,
I think listen. Also, there's something that we're missing. First of all, the beautiful game. That's bloody hysterical. But first of all,
I don't like him.
First of all, seriously, we all have to understand this is not his mother's tongue's language. English is his second language. So perhaps on quite often things are
And
going to
he's
be
actually not
taken.
that fluent.
Yeah, well, he is, but I mean, it's better than my Ola. Let's put it that way, Coach. Seriously, but listen, things are going to be taken out of context. Things that maybe in the Spanish language, he's trying to translate it real time in his head, and it comes across as something that, shall we say, easily misinterpretable. So we have to seriously, we really have to put that into perspective, because if it was myself or even yourself, your English is fluent, but someone that's that the mother's tongue is English, then yeah, you could question that perhaps. But I'm pretty sure that if he spoke and answered this in his mother's tongue, Spanish, I think it would probably come out differently in the way things are said in Spanish. I'm assuming, I don't know. I don't think he wants to diminish Chelsea and drop a hint that he wants to coach. Nothing like that at all. He's a very charming, very charismatic, humorous individual. I think I could be wrong, but you're right. This is much ado about nothing, and I think it's totally taken out of context. I really do. And
Yeah,
I'd
and
like to know who your
what you
mechanic
make of
is.
Matt Law presenting it like this?
Matt Law is Matt Law. I like him as a journalist, but this is nothing but
Oh,
nothing
Matt
but
Law isn't Simon Phillips. Matt Law is Matt Law. Okay, I get it.
yeah.
Go ahead,
But
Roger.
it's all about clickbait with these journalists because listen, this isn't our fathers or grandfathers' journalists where there's no online. This is all about the modern day, the Twitter sphere, however you want
Clicks.
to term it.
You make money from clicks.
You do, and it's like advertising. It's not from viewers; it's from clicks. This is how the modern world, the modern advertising, marketing. This is how the concepts have evolved. So we have to understand that and accept that going forward. Listen, when you write a college paper, what's the last page of a college paper or last pages? It's about the references, right?
Yeah,
And so
you have
it's
to.
all.
Yeah,
And
reference
why
is very
is that?
important. Yeah.
Yeah, why is that? Because you have to put down the credibility of the reference point to the professor. It's that simple. Whether it be a book, the author, the page, the paragraph or the URL. It's all about the credibility of the reference. And I'm not saying Matt Law's not credible, but it's all about clickbait. You're not going to the World Health Organization and looking up a medical fact. Okay, let's put it quite clear here. These are sports journalists that are paid and try to get greater exposure based on how many clicks they have. That's a major part of their equation and their job description, probably. So I think we need to really understand what's going on here. And just to me, it's irrelevant. I don't see
It
what.
is really because if you go through everything he said, this wouldn't be a problem. And look,
Yeah, exactly.
just quickly, Roger. Here's where I have
Not
a problem.
quickly,
And thank you
Roger.
for and thank you for mentioning research. Because
Yes, it's
research, you
very
need
important.
to provide references. We don't need your opinion. But he said what the man said, and that's actually, if that's what the man meant to say, and like you said, language could actually be an issue here. But
It
then
could
he
be very
had to
well be.
add to it just to make it even more, you could say, so that it triggers emotions in Chelsea fans
Yeah, and
by
I
saying
understand.
despite. reforming his commitment to Chelsea. Is that needed? But needed really? No. You have to read the whole thing to pay attention to the fact that he said he wants to stay to Chelsea until the day he dies. He said he'd like admits only success in that one, and this one where he says he's so competitive that he would want to kill Spurs tonight when Chelsea face them. Go ahead,
you know
Roger,
what I
sorry.
don't like though? The fact that Potter mentioned about staying with Chelsea as long as he could. I don't really want to hear
that part is nothing. Maybe he will be buried inside in the middle of Stamford Bridge too. But
but you know what I'm saying.
Well, but I hear you. Go ahead, Roger.
Yes. Listen, I understand that Poch comes with luggage. Let's be honest here. He's a former Tottenham manager and a very successful one at that. And so Bobby will tell you, Bobby had predisposed notions, shall we say, of him. I've always liked him, not because of Tottenham, but because of
begging you to move on from Potter.
But because of his stance on how he performed in Southampton. I've always liked him, and the fact that he fits this profile for our project, working with youth. He's the antithesis of a Jose, for instance, who prefers senior players in their prime. So, listen, this is going to be a roller coaster of a season, no doubt about it. And articles like this, and I understand the base. I understand they get churned up because of what they see online. I don't. I don't look at these articles. I don't read them. I have my blinkers on. I just look for certain social media things, and that's it. I don't pay attention to this stuff. But yet, maybe it's my generation. Maybe I'm showing my age here. But I pay no attention to it. I really don't. Listen, I think he's the right man for the right time. I know DJ may think otherwise, and I always respect DJ. He's a very loyal, loving, and diehard Chelsea fan, and I get that.
A peace offering?
No, not at all. DJ's a very cool chap, very cool indeed. You know that, but I don't agree with him on this issue per se. But I think only time will bear out what Poch is, shall we say, where he stands in the Chelsea vanguard of coaching. Is that simple. We just have to wait and see. He could be an amazing coach for us. He may be a bust. We don't know. But what we do have to do is give him time and his coaching staff and the squad. That's what we have to do, and support the team in the process. That's my logic.
Yeah, and I have to say, hopefully he learns to be cautious with whatever he says. DJ, I'll get to you in a bit. I'll get to Jeri Zee after I catch up with the
good morning, Jerry.
With the chat. Go ahead if we're still talking, Roger.
Yes, I am. It's going to take about 35, 40 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm in one of those moods, huh? It's going to be a long afternoon, buddy.
Yeah, look at this guy I don't like at all in the chat saying, we all love Michi, but coach is a single pivot. No one wants in the midfield. Where's Roger? And that's the rest of your fraudulent CDMs. Go away.
Obviously offside half the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have issues with what Poch has said, but he should have said it constructively. Differently. Again, I think I agree. But maybe he didn't mean it that way. But because English isn't his first language, like Roger correctly pointed out, he should be cautious with what he says. In my opinion, even though I don't care really,
it should be taken into consideration at least.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we should consider the fact that English isn't his first language. He's able to communicate effectively with English, but sometimes there will also be loss in translation. I said no. Sometimes it's
similarly like mine. Pochettino level English.
Look at you. We need to win. No rumor for anything else. I think we do. Yeah, to me, his comments is the least of my concerns. Poch is a liar until the day he dies, or until the day Chelsea dies. Just go away. My issue is people didn't read the whole article and they are cooking him. Guess what? I am going to cook people too. But just wait and pray that we win. If we win, then cook him. it will be easier, because if we lose, you can't cook them, and I don't think you'd win. Roger, yeah, nobody likes you in the chat. You can see that. Tobago says he don't like you. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Chelsea, Patrick Joyce. Wow. I don't want to hear too much of that. That's because I get concerned. Matt Law is a muppet, to be honest. I think I agree with you on that one. Let's see what else we have here. I wish I had the same optimism and positivity as Coach has. Incredible. It's not about positivity. It's about being objective. That's my own way. If you ask me, that's how I see it. Roger, people saying hello to you. After saying he doesn't like you, saying how are you doing? If I were you, I will not answer that one. Never really liked Matt Law and his postings. And him posting that sentence just doesn't help his cause at all. Yeah, if you again. To me, I don't think it's and look at him. You know what he did, Roger? You're not allowed to comment. You saw that, right? Let me show you. Except if he mentions you, that's the only time you're able to comment. Look at it. Account at Matt Law mentioned can reply, and he didn't mention a single person, because he knows exactly what he's doing there. That's where I have a problem.
He'll be inundated.
Yeah, to sensible people on there. Coach, stop it. You're trying it too hard. You hate him, not we. And I'm quite sure you don't hate him. We won't be relegated. I don't think we will. But that's besides the joke there. I think I understood what he's saying. Coach, we need to win tonight. That's main thing. That's all I want. Win. I don't care what the man says, honestly. Do I think he should have worded it carefully and differently? Yes. That's the main thing. Let us focus on game discussions. That's part of it. Yeah, the coach is talking more than the politicians. Just get the win and all. That's and we're good. That's all what I think too. I understand. Let Poch play Chukwuemeka to support Jackson. Maybe you've not been paying attention. Carney isn't available for selection. He's injured. Yeah, and after 4 months, I cannot lie. I hope we can arrive at the same level that I had at Tottenham, because then it would mean we are doing really well. That's another good part of the whole thing. Exactly. But Matt Law didn't mention those aspects, and unfortunately, a lot of people just take the first one and run with it. Coach always makes my day bigger, brother. Much love. You know it's all love. I know you understand my jokes when I say I don't like you. Of course, I expect one day to be on the same level, but I cannot lie. At the moment, no, it is a tough situation. Yeah, he has to be honest. Maybe it's mind games. And Postecoglou's comment to me sounds like he thinks we're not good enough by saying that spending that much money, something to that effect, doesn't make you better. If he thinks a repeating top 4 of Spurs is issue, then this is news to us and him. We want him. Yeah, let him get good result for us. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes to go a long way. Roger, move on from Potter. Roger, please move on from Potter. The Undertaker CFC, the one-liner, bro, I know. Big up all. Big up. Okay, we always beat Spurs even when we are playing bad. Yeah. The head-to-head is it will take them how many wins? About 18 to there's 6. He could take them how many more? But we need to add to that number. Coach, what much means to say he be killing Spurs softly. Lauren Hill and the Fugees. The Undertaker, let's go. You will see tonight. I hope so too. Hopefully he uses the correct dressing. Just go away. Please stop doing that to me. Roger, a man of few words. Yeah. A few seconds, he's done. 2-0 win for the boys tonight. Young, I can't quite say that, but CFC, man, nice to see you, brother. 2 win. He says 2-0 win for the boys today. I hope that happens. I was watching Wednesday's game, and that was a better result. Newcastle will be tougher. Chelsea in the season. I think the tougher the opponent, the more I like it. That's how I say it. I love Roger. Always love to hear him ask, talk, even though he was the first to object to my view that Potter was not in control of the team. So nobody here forgets, Roger.
Tough crowd, I say.
Yeah. Coach, how far will Chelsea go this season? If you've been listening to me, I've always said I know we'll do well. How well, I don't know. I'm sorry. Chelsea won. Okay, Joseph Chiazzi thinks we'll win by 1-0. Posse is just an open guy with common sense. It's up to the others to turn his PC words to a negative agenda. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 44 likes. We're doing well. Let's see if we can get it to 100. So Jeri Zee, kindly, let's hear you. What do you make of this whole conundrum right now? I don't know if that's the correct term to use. You could say controversy in the eyes of a few. Before I get to DJ B, patient, I'll come to you in a bit, brother. Let's hear you, Jeri Zee.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. Can you please say it in Thai?
Swadika.
Swanika.
Okay, Roger, for Coach, I'll say Swadika.
Yeah, exactly.
Swanika. Okay, thank you. With the rhythm, go ahead.
You'll have to tell Coach what it meant. So yeah, for this one, first of all, it's embarrassing.
No.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that. Okay, just go ahead, Jeri Zee.
Yeah, first of all, it is embarrassing at my age and with my knowledge and expertise to come here and talk on these issues. It's really embarrassing, especially on the day when we are facing Tottenham. And I have even sent my wife to the in-laws, but we have to deal with this. No problem. Since you asked this question and since the Chelsea fan base much into it, they really love it. They really love to talk about this. So let's talk about this. First of all, in my opinion, I have said many times, the biggest issue for Chelsea is not Pochettino, is not the players, is not the owners, is not the recruitment team, is the Chelsea fan base. And let me be clear, of course, not all Chelsea fans are the same, but I don't know. We don't know like who are opposing this. Let's say around half, 40%, 50, who are really opposed to all of this. It's causing a problem because now we will have to go or deal with this, right? Right or wrong, right? About this, I mean, this model of youth, recruiting the youth, going in a long project. I'm not saying right or wrong, but it's done, right? We cannot change. Pochettino is appointed, right? Right or wrong, I don't know, but he's here and he deserves time. So the thing is, ever since he joined, there's like, I won't use the word hate, but there's a lot of dislike and bias towards Pochettino, which I have clearly seen, not here or all across the platform in different levels. I've seen unbelievable bias towards Pochettino. So maybe the owners made a mistake, I'll say, to sign him. Maybe. Now I feel like this, they made a mistake to sign him. They should have known that Chelsea fan base will not accept him. Now, moving forward with what you said about this stuff, I do agree that he probably crossed the line. He said a lot. I have to say that. But what fans are again taking all of this information and they're relating his desire to work for Chelsea. This is wrong. This is absolutely crap. And that if he will come prepared in this game, is his mind in this game? Could he really inspire the players? How did they infer all of this and relate that Pochettino will not be up for this? If anything, he'll be even more up for this game than he was in the Arsenal game. Even people were doubting, will he know? If Roger and you, Coachella, can remember, I came and talked about this. People were like, the Chelsea team always struggle in the last year or year and a half in these derbies. They don't know the occasion. They don't put the fight. I said, if anything, Pochettino team will put up the fight. So again, regardless of the result, you will see an unbelievable determination, passion, and fight from the players, right? And from the argument, there's so many things he said. So if I go, it will take like 20 minutes. So I won't go in what he said or not he said. He basically praised Spurs, which I personally don't have an issue because he spent 5 years there and he had a great relationship. So we should understand that. He was asked constantly. He tried to dodge here and there. And all these questions that you are showing is also asked off camera in the presser when it's asked in the presser. After the presser. So if he's asking so many things, maybe he is not well equipped. Maybe the PR team didn't. I'm just saying. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying that he should have been clever.
No,
He
you
did-
actually made it clear. You actually have made it clear that he should have worded it differently. But at the same
Yes,
time, we're
yes.
saying, I think we're making, you could say, taking it too, you could say out of context, in my opinion, or just making too much of it that it shouldn't be. But
Yes,
you go ahead
for
with what you were
instance, that he said, I would like to one day work for Tottenham. He said that after leaving Tottenham. He said that in the High Intensity podcast. He said in an interview with BBC. He said in the interview with, what is his name? Ferdinand, the Manchester United player, Rio Ferdinand. So he has said that openly, that before he retires, he wants to go back to Tottenham, and he said the same. The thing is, if you read the whole article, just to give one example, then you can relate with all other things he said. Just like a clickbait or taking things out of context. He also said the same in this article about Espanyol or Southampton. It's not just for Tottenham. So yeah, I mean, as a Chelsea fan, you can say why he wants to go there. It's like if he gets a chance, not now, like if he's struggling, if he's 65 years old, if he's done, maybe he'll take the Tottenham job. So what's the big deal? And lastly, just to conclude, because I think I've already expressed my opinion very clearly. He also said that he would like to be at Chelsea for 20 to 25 years. So what else can he say? And just one last thing, Coach, if you allow me. Hypothetically, if he's successful, if he does well, finish in the fifth, or whatever this season, wins a cup, wins the Premier League in the next year or year after, in the third year, Chelsea fan will still not accept him, because most of the people who have absolutely decapitated him and embarrassed him and disrespected him will think that they are wrong. So they will always still, just remember my words. Some of them would, but still most of them who don't like him will still not like him. That's all I can say, Coach. Hope we can talk more on the game now.
No, honestly, I am with you. We're here. That's part of it. The build-up is part of it. Let's hear you, DJ, if you're there. What do you make of it? The comments, again, and the part of it, I want to know. I don't think I don't think. I don't like what he did here. He didn't even stop at saying where he said he could still manage Tottenham. Then he has to add despite. That's his opinion there, in my opinion. But let's hear you. What do you make of it? I get it, and I still agree. Just like Jeri Zee, if he can, he should have worded it differently and be more cautious, not to cause any issues with the fans. But let's hear you, cause an issue with the fans, so to speak. Are you there, DJ? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on 1 second. Is that better?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's clear.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, big ups everyone. No, listen, I knew, I didn't know. I didn't hear big up to you, Roger. I didn't realize when I said that comment when I made that comment in the comment section, it was going to really outright some of the Chelsea fans on there. Listen, all I basically said was that, yeah, I'm still Pochettino. You know, from the beginning, I said, and I know in the very beginning, I said, I thought at the time, when we were looking at managers, he was like my third choice out of all of them. But then I got warmed around taking Pochettino on board, and I'm accepting him on board. I mean, I've got nothing against him. I just said all I've said clearly is that there are some fans out there, and I think we all know who they are, that are going to read, especially those who have just actually taken to Poch now, are going to start reading the comments. They're going to start jumping on the wagon and giving him a tough time. I'm not one of those. All I basically said was he could maybe word it in a different way. But listen, I'm all for the guy. I've supported the guy. I think tonight's going to be a tough game, but I think we can do well in tonight's game. But all I was just basically saying about the comments is he could maybe word it in a different way. That's all I'm saying. Nothing against him, and I'm still, as I said, I'm still Pochettino. So
and I know that, and I know that, DJ, and you have every right to see it the way you see it. We all see things differently, and I know your concern mainly is how some fans will see it. And if you listen, we all can agree that wasn't right. But should it be a big, you could say, be a big of an issue as most fans are making it to be? I'd say no. In my opinion, And nobody has an issue with the way you see it. You have every right to see it that way. And yeah, he shouldn't have said that, in my opinion. But go ahead if you were still speaking. But to me, my point is, I don't think it should be big as of an issue that it is right now within the fan base. You should hear the big accounts are talking about him as if, woo, that's an abomination. As if Chelsea should fire him now. Some going, it gets worse. I know that nobody is talking about the aspect where he said something about how competitive he can be and all that. But go ahead, DJ, if you were still speaking.
No, I was just saying, I go to their matches. I'm a season ticket holder. I go to a lot of their games. It's just the last couple of games I've just heard some of the fans in the fan base saying things about him, and you can hear it sometimes in the fan base when things are not going right. The criticism goes right at him, and the only reason why it's going right at him is because he used to be a Spurs manager, and that is the only reason why fans are aiming pelters at him, which I think was bang out of order. And I think there's I can't remember which game it was. The last couple of games he's had a few of them, and I think what he wanted to do is, I think he's a manager. I think he'll do well for us. I think he'll actually win his first trophy. He'll actually win a trophy with us, to be honest with you. And for me, I just think that some of the fans out there, I'm just hearing some of the fans, getting on his back over things, and I think it's bang out. I think it's out of order at the moment, but I just know how our fan base are, Kachilla. I think you probably know this as well as I do, and everyone on the panel probably knows. They switch our fan base, unfortunately, switches very quickly when things don't go right. And unfortunately, him being what goes wrong against him is against Spurs tonight. He's made them comments that I know what Tobago said. If you read it in context, he didn't mean to say as much as it. It's just come out the way it's come out. We've also talked about his English. Maybe he's speaking the language of English is maybe not his first thing either. Maybe it's not how it's meant to come out. So there are some fans out there that are going to look at it in a different way, and I've already seen some of it already on social media, actually, because as I said, it's bang out of order, to be honest with you. But as I said, I'm fully Pochettino, and I already hope he does well for us. I really want him to do well.
All right, thank you so much, DJ. I appreciate that. And DJ, at the same time, I think you might want to go out and come back in because your mic is also cracking up, like it's underwater or something, like we used to say.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, just hold on, JC. Let me catch up while we're having this chat, please.
I just quickly, if you give me 2-3 minutes, because I need to go out for I very quickly came here for very short, like
my. Go ahead.
So see, here's the thing. I think the fans who are like pro, like totally Poch, and who are blaming like 40%, 50% of fan base, like it has divided the fans. So it was a dumb thing to say. I mean, it was not necessarily. Is it a big thing? No. But is it the right preparation for the game? I don't think so. Will he be asked to give interviews in such situations? Yes. Could he be more professional? Yes. Was it dumb? Yes, he was dumb. If he wins, I will be fine. Yeah, I will be fine. But he better win it. Yeah. If he plays well and we miss chances and we lose, I will be fine still. But you don't speak dumb things. You are a start of this. If it can affect the preparation, it can affect the fan base. I mean, does it help? No. Being smart, does it help to be smart? Yes, it does. And I would also say the same thing to the fan base who are divided. I mean, eventually, we don't care. Like for him, he's nothing. He's 3 months in here. We will see. If he wins, I will be Poch in? No. If he loses, will I be Poch out? No. Has he convinced like he is doing good? No, not yet. Has he shown improvement? Yes. But this all this noise was unwanted for. Why? I mean, unnecessarily. I mean, language issue, non-language issue. I mean, it was dumb things he said. I mean, not like not at the right time, at the right things to say. I can say that. Very simple. Is it a big deal? No big deal. Let's see how he performs on the game. And I do hope like it gives for me, to be honest, personally, it looks like sometimes he's not totally aware of the atmosphere. Maybe it is the language issue. that he's not able to manage the situation well, and it looks like maybe the language or something, or the journalists and all the pressure and emotional thing, he couldn't like manage it properly. So let's not call him dumb as well. I mean, he's also like in a position where not everybody is able to be like it's big pressure, a lot of journalists. But then also, like, if for layman like me, a simple person, I'm also judging. While when he has to make substitution, is he under pressure, also making errors like that, errors of judgment. So am I convinced? Not yet. Am I anti-Poch? No. Am I pro-Poch? No. Just get the results. It's a business of
You're in
results.
purgatory.
It's a results business. What we care as Chelsea fans is that Chelsea to do well.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We all can agree he should have worded his words carefully. It's a risk. It's a serious risk just to say something like that. But to me, it doesn't matter. I'm just concerned about how others, just as much as, just like DJ, I'm concerned of how some of the fan base will see that. It's an issue, really. Just give me a second. I'll catch up with the chat and I'll come back to the panel again. Let's see. There you go. Somebody wants a link. Send it to them. Somebody I don't like anyway. So let's see. We win. Nobody cares. We win. Nobody cares. It's that simple. Let's see what else we have here. Tobeho, let's hear you. I don't think I have much. I can just highlight this on the screen. I'll just give me one moment. Do you think the Battle of the Bridge would have gone the way it went if the gaffer had said something like this in the pre-match? It would have taken the edge off the game. That's not what we want. Really? Do I think that would have taken the edge off the game? Maybe. It depends. There's a chance he may well. Maybe he meant to say that, but as part of his own mind game. Yeah, just to remind the players that are still playing there that he coached, look, I'm the one that made you who you are today, one way or the other. In my opinion, if he walks like a dog, quacks like a dog, then ask Roger. He would tell you most probably a dog.
Coach, just a quick question then based on this.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please, before this grows too much. He didn't say he wanted to go to Spurs. It was a generic statement. If he needs a job, any team is impossible. Yeah, let's see. It's a nasty agenda. To me, it's agenda driven, in my opinion. This wants clicks. That's how I see it. Do I think he should have said it like that? No, I think he could have worded it differently and not have too many issues with that. Let's see. Yep. I put my armor on show how strong I am. Let's see it. I want to see you in your armor. And nice to see you, Eugene. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Chelsea have done good against Arsenal and Liverpool, so I don't see why we can now beat Tottenham. So my prediction, Chelsea to edge Tottenham by 1 goal. I don't think this will be a game of 1 goal. I think both teams will score. Rafa Benitez silenced the fans by winning 2 trophies. This is the way. That's all I care. Just win. Win something. You can say you want to marry Daniel Levy's daughter. I don't care. Honestly, on that day, it doesn't matter to me. We are in 13th place, and fans are all worried about Poch giving Sports compliment. We have a long way to go. Yeah, I don't care about. To me, that's why I said it doesn't matter to me. That's Star Slayer 344, and it says Poch is playing mind games with Tottenham. That may well be the case. That's why he's complimenting Sports. If he wins tonight, he wouldn't be hated that much by the Tottenham fans. Let's see. We'll lose 1-0 soon. Son, I can't say his. Let me just call him Son. The big accounts on X are to talk. Thank you. That's another. You can say delicious comment of the day. That's just the word to use for them. They like to create issues, especially when it comes to Chelsea, where one doesn't actually exist, in my opinion. That's how I see it. Sorry about no worry, DJ. You don't have to apologize. It happens to all of us. So let's say you, Tobeho. What do you make of it? Cook him, Tobeho. Come on, cook him. That's the language you use on X. Are you there, Tobeho? Cookmat Law, let's hear you.
That's the language you use on X.
Coach, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but it looks like it
How
gets
are
to
you?
you late. I'm fine. I can't complain. Go ahead. Cook him.
Coach,
Yes, go ahead.
how are you? Okay. Man, to be honest, I think our fan base need to chill because at the end of the day, if you watch the press conference on Friday, the journalist asked him those questions. He had to answer them right. Even on the article of Metlaw, I'm sure he asked Mauricio Pochettino questions. He had to answer them right in order for him to write an article. Now it's just making our fan base crazy, knowing that they're gonna fall for it. Simple as the Chelsea fans always fall for nonsense. So this is the medicine Matlow is giving them, and then this medicine is making them crazy, right? So overall, as I said before, Mauricio Pochettino have every right to say whatever he wants to talk about Tottenham Hotspur because that team gave him a chance from Southampton. He was there for almost 6 years. So clearly, there's still love there. So I hope tonight he wins for his sake. But if he loses, I'm still going to be happy.
Yeah, I'm not going to say if he loses, I'll be happy, but I won't say the reason why Will lost was because he said that. I'm never going to go to the extent of saying that. But I think, yeah, we can all can agree. I think we just, it's just so much trouble about nothing, in my opinion. I love our play and intensity. What is letting us down is we cannot shoot outside the 18-yard area. This is what Poch must deal with, and that's a Tenaro. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I have you doing well. I have a couple of mic voice on my show. Big up chatters. Hit the likes for my part. Coachella. Let's do that. Let's do that. That doesn't mean I like him though. But you go ahead, just hit the like button now. I'll take it. Joel here is saying Chelsea will win because Guardiola also uses the same idea to praise an opponent. Then on the field, he's always winning the opponent. Chelsea should focus more on defense and utilize any chances we create. I wouldn't mind us defending deep and hitting them on a break, but I don't think we'd do that. I think it will be a very open game, and more likely both teams will score. But we're here to talk about the game. As Mitchell Boy speaks, if you're in the chat, you go ahead, let us know whether you're looking forward to the game, whether you think would win, whether you think would lose, whether you think he ends in a draw, or anything you want to. If there's any sports player you dread, talk about it in the chat. Let's say you, Mitchell Boy, you're not welcome, but anyway, you have to speak.
Fantastic to be on again, Coach. I know it's been a while.
I know you've been busy, brother.
Yeah. New job role, try to stream. I mean, I've not even streamed that much, to be honest. But big up Roger, big up Jeri Z, big up, is it Tobago? And obviously, Coach, not so much.
I know. Tell me about it.
Hashtag tap in merchant. No, I just want to be positive about tonight. I just hope we win tonight. If we win tonight, everything turns round. I'm going back to the well again, Roger. Tap in. I'm going back to the well, but that's what I'm all about. I'm going to be excited for tonight. Like I said to Roger, I'm really excited about this lineup because there's a lot of decisions to be made by the coach. There's a lot of intricate stuff. We don't know how he's going to go in a few things. We've discussed it, Roger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bottom line is, doesn't matter what waffles and press conferences and stuff like that. The 11 boys on the park is what's really counting. And we have to go there with our world-class players because I think we've got fantastic players. These fantastic players have to win this match tonight. I don't want to hear about draws, they're top of league, all this nonsense. We've always been better than Spurs, and that doesn't change in a few matches, okay? So we're going to go tonight and we're going to beat this team. I don't think they're as good as what people are making out. You know, the thing is, we're letting ourselves down. If we can play slightly better, start gelling a little bit more, you know, and players stop the bozo moments and we take a couple of chances, we're going to beat this mob. It's no problem. I think we are competing with pretty much every team we play. I think we can win every game, and it's just been unlucky. It's one of these things. But if we win, it fixes a lot of things. I've been reading the comments for some of these players. You've got your Enzos, your Casados. They're our boys for the next 10 years. They are absolute ballers, and they believe in the project. It's about time the Chelsea supporters started
that's amazing
believing
to
in
see.
this project. Yeah, and stop all this negativity and all that. It doesn't help everybody. I've always been against the negativity towards the team. It used to be the players, but now it's turned to either the owners or the manager or individual players. I don't like it. I like to be positive. I want to be happy. And if we win tonight, we're going to be happy. And we'll have a nice show tonight. So the midnight show could be a good show if we win. But it'll be terrible if we lose. But I'm not looking at losing anyway, Coach. I'm positive, and I'm going to stay positive until otherwise proven. We're in a bad position, but we need to start winning. I said this before the Arsenal game. We need to win the game. We need to win. We've got no room for draws, and we've certainly not got any room for losses. We have to win every game from now on. I've waffled on a bit.
You can say to achieve a Champions League place. Here's the thing I want to ask you. I think I've asked Roger that question the other day during the prediction show. And quickly, it's something you mentioned I want to talk about quickly. The comments from the players before I ask you that question, because I haven't asked you the comments are from a player such as Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, saying they asked him, probably was asked about the project, and he says, I want to thank God for that, for being at Chelsea, because if he decided to bring us together here, it's because he has something big in store for us. That's first of all, you can say that's driven by his belief. That's first of all driven by his belief. But the truth remains, this part I like, where he says we may not see it now, but he has something planned for us. I think you can read from there that he believes in the project. That makes sense. I get it. This statement is driven by his belief. But if you pay attention, this part of it that's telling you he believes in the project, truthfully, as a player. He's always happy to be here. And then Enzo saying, I know there are news of Enzo saying he wants to leave Chelsea already and blah, blah, blah. This here says, I think Chelsea are going to be one of the best Premier League teams. I don't know when. Clearly, he's not sure when, but he knows he will be. He knows the players we have. He knows it's about the team gelling. He knows it will take time. He's not too concerned. And then he said, not now. He knows it's not now, but we will do it. We will achieve it. Told Skyspace. Caicedo and Caicedo responding, I agree 100%. As Enzo said, for sure, it will take time. And those who don't believe in us will end up doing so. So if the players themselves, who they are on a 10 years, you can say 25 years contract, each of them, they're confident that things will change. They're patient. They know it cannot be now. They don't expect it to be now. They know it will take time. Why are we, the fans, being so negative about it? Why, if we follow football that much, why don't we know it's common sense that when you make that many changes in a team, it takes a while before you have a unit? But listen to these players. Speak about the project. Let it teach you that you need to calm down. Even though we've made that many changes, like even at times when we lose games, I was still saying, I'm seeing progress. And if we're being truthful to ourselves, we're seeing progress. So let's support our team wholeheartedly and do less of the negativity thing. It won't help us, honestly. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat, and I'll come to you and ask you that question because you were on the panel the day we did the prediction show. Peace and blessings, all of you. Metaface Doom, nice to see you, brother. Much love to you. I hope you're doing well. Lateness is greatness. I agree with you. But you just joined in time. Pep is very big on mind games. Mourinho is. All of these big managers are. Last season, he made Arteta believe Arsenal won the league already. And also, fans were liking Pep has considered. We're thinking that Pep, has considered only wanted. Mind games to go along with. Wish I could share your optimism, Michi. Share it, please. Listen to the players. In total agreement Mitchell Lyons, the Minerals. Yep. You could say that. Tottenham 0, Chelsea 2. I hope so. Jack Akpan, nice to see you, brother. My brother, I think Thailand. We always beat Spurs regardless of the management, apart from on the pitch. But let's see what happens. That news that Enzo wanted to leave was some made-up nonsense. The press doing the usual brown envelopes crap. That hates us that much just for clicks, if we're being honest. Hello to you too. Yep, I recall you from Thailand. I'm just gonna call you Jakafan. I know, is it pronounced Jakafan or Jakafan? I don't know. Apologies, I don't mean to butcher your name if that's the case, really. How do you expect us to believe in the project yet see no result? That you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to the fact that we have an entirely new squad. You're not paying attention to the fact that, yeah, we'll struggle. And sometimes you see us do well, and then boom, form drops. Yeah, it happens. A lot of our supporters hold the same standards of the Roman era. I think the new owners also hold the same standards, but there's some things you can't force. You can't force the fact that we have an entirely new squad. You see disjointed displays here and there, or mix up in plays that will lead to us conceding goals here and there. But that's right, with Mitch. I'm going to ask you this question. We want to hear from you. The 3 players you think that must start for us to do well in this game. Let's hear you.
I think vital. Cassie,
let me just go like this: from the defensive area, midfield area, and attacking area. Pick one from each department. Let's hear you.
Silva Silva's world class. I don't subscribe to him deteriorating whatsoever. I think he's as good as he was the year before. I think Silva's vital. His experience, the calmness he has at the back, his ball playing ability. He also does all these little sneaky things like break up attacks, kick balls offline. He does all sorts of things that people are forgetting about. He's a world-class player, and I think he still is. In the midfield, definitely Enzo. I think he's pulling the strings. Some people are wanting more. Cats back and forth. People are wanting more for Enzo, but I think he's playing at a high level. I think if people finish some of these chances, like if you watch the last game, I watched it about 3 times, and he puts balls in a sixpence for players, but they're not finishing. So it's no Enzo's fault that people aren't finishing these chances. Up front, I'm hoping Mudryk plays, but we might be relying on Sterling. Sterling might be the guy that we need to actually do something. Up front's where I worry the most, but saying that, we've got a lot of talent. You've got Mudryk, you've got Sterling, and hopefully Cole Palmer, because I think the third person I'm going to say is key is Cole Palmer. I'm hoping Sterling maybe gets a penalty or a goal, but I think Cole Palmer he's got the potential to be a superstar for us. He reminds me a lot of Kai Havertz when he was at Bayer Leverkusen, but he's at that level already, and I think Cole Palmer could be an absolute superstar. If you bring in Kunku into the team, this might work a lot better. And obviously, if you buy a striker in January, it's going to get much better. There is a few players that have struggled in the team, but I would think that 90% of the team is playing at a decent level. We just need to start taking our chances, guys. You know what I mean? But talking about the negativity of the fan base and stuff like that, because coach is away, I think. Oh, you're still there. Talking about the Pochettino thing and all that. If we win the game, nobody cares. There's always going to be people that didn't like him to start off with and things like that. So I sort of disregard that a little bit. But we've got to be positive. Some people are saying, I want to talk about the project. The project was never going to work right away. We're hoping for better results than what we've got at the moment. But the coach has to be able to coach the players, right? And he's going to do that on an ongoing basis. He doesn't just pick players like Championship manager and everything's fine. He needs time to coach these players. And a lot of these players are potential. They're not 100% ready. They're not at Chelsea level, because everybody bands about this, oh, he's not Chelsea level. A lot of these players are just slightly below Chelsea level, what we think is Chelsea level, which is back in the 90s when we were dominating, stuff like that, right? So people have got this idea of where we're at, but we're not at there. And these players are just below that. So guys like Cole Palmer, he's not quite ready, but he's playing at a decent level already. But that guy will progress even more, and I think he could be a superstar in the future. If you go through the team, all these guys can improve. Pretty much every one of them's got a higher ceiling. The only one I think's hit their ceiling's probably Sterling. I think Sterling's as good as it gets. The level he's at now, that's his level. But I think a lot of the players have got a huge ceiling, coach, like Mudryk, for instance. Mudryk, I've got big hopes for, but he needs to stay fit and he needs to get some game time. What do you think, coach?
I think you just
Can I add something?
if you were, yeah, just quickly, if you were looking at me, I was enjoying this your contribution, man. Everything you said,
right. I don't like to waffle on too much, though, because I'm known for waffling. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I know you're a waffler.
It's like Roger's champing at the bit now. I've never seen him this quiet. He's a man of few words. He's a man of few words. I don't know if you
discipline.
know that.
That's because, discipline. That's because whenever you
I usually battle. Sorry, coach. I usually battle for airtime with Roger. It's crazy. I don't know what to do with myself. He usually battles you every sentence, you know.
That's because you give him a free roll whenever he's playing for you.
Yeah, he's a tapping merchant, to be fair.
Yeah, that's why you hear a lot from him. So yes, then I think everything you said brings me back to the fact that the players, they're confident. And I remember a week ago or so, about 2 weeks ago, Gusto did speak also. He said, yeah, he knew before time it was a project, and the owners explained everything to him, and he came willingly. So he's here for it, the competition and everything. So if the players feel like that, then what's the problem with the fan base? That's something I really don't understand. And I agree with you. Let me go with the three players you've selected. Thiago Silva to lead the defensive line, and not just the defensive line, to lead the whole team. He leads by example. He leads by the way he plays. That's why you see him. Some people think he's too slow. I don't think he is. He reads the game so well. It might take him 10 seconds to pass the ball, but whenever he passes it, he displaces about 4 or 5 opposition players. That's how good he is, and that's why I don't care that much with regards to how long it takes him to pass the ball. And in the midfield area, I think Enzo, I agree with you. Pay attention to how we struggled in his absence. You have to go watch that game again. He doesn't score too many goals, but he helps us. You can say play more you can say more as a unit. Which was why on that day I was calling for Cole Palmer to play from a deeper position, because he plays there for the whenever he plays for England under 21s. I must say specifically. So I didn't like the fact that he was playing further forward and Gallagher was the one playing deeper. That's not me saying Gallagher isn't good enough. Gallagher could have done better in that particular game as he played further forward. So for me, in the midfield area, I'd say Enzo. Honestly, for me, that's Thiago Silva, Enzo. So I agree with you. I can't believe I'm agreeing with you. And actually, in the attacking area, I'd still say Cole Palmer again, because he provides that creativity and common sense. Whoever plays alongside him, be it Raheem Sterling playing as false 9, Cole Palmer will create chances for him. Be it Broya, rumors are that he'll still be part of this game. I don't know. He will create chances for him. Be it Johnson, he create chances for him. So to me, I agree. Those are the 3 most important players in my opinion. But thank you so much. Always nice to have you on the panel. And I know you're still here, except if you're leaving for work soon. Some Chelsea fans, I think we've addressed that one. And this one here is saying, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. I just want to say to Michi boy, now I like you after what you mentioned. And then I think it's important for Chelsea fans to understand that we have so many bunch of kids that have potential, and it's not an easy thing for a manager to develop those players at the same time. And then that's why we need patience in order for this process or progress to be much better. But our fans, I'm telling you right now, if we can hire Pep, or you struggle the same as Pochettino, because you have so bunch of kids that needs time to develop. But our fans are rational, all they care about the results only, but they don't see the improvement yet. Look at Mudryk last season. He was so poor. Fans wrote him off. Now he's playing better. They love him because of Pochettino. Same as Marco Corella. But the same fans who was writing him off, now they love him. So I know it's so hard losing these games. It's just we've been unlucky, as Pochettino said. We are failing to create more chances or scoring goals. It's normal. It will develop in time. So overall, I think our fans should be patient.
I think we have to do a show where we talk about the project. Since there are, you can say, there's scarcity of topics these days, I think it will be interesting. Bring up what Enzo said, what Caseda said, what Malagusa said. I think we have to. It will be a very delicious show. I paid attention that we've been completely ripped apart, especially with Emma Hayes leaving as well. She was the last piece of a Roman's era that has been gutted out. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Emma wanted a new challenge. And for the United States, when the United States came calling, he left. That doesn't mean he had an issue with the owners. No. They've made the signings she wanted for her. I don't think, here's the thing, but you have every right to see it like this. I don't think so. I wouldn't use the word gutted out. No. Emma wants to leave. And in my opinion, from what I've seen so far, things I've seen so far show that it was a mutual, you could say, a mutual thing. No, what's the language I'm looking for? No dissent, for lack of a better term, in my opinion. So, but you have every right to see it like that. And for me, I've moved on from talking about the owners. We have the tools. We have the high. You can say, well, everything is streamlined right now. We have the board. They've made some signings. In the scouting department, everything. For me, it's just patience. We just need patience. We can throw any attacker into our starting lineup. In my opinion, if the defense arrive against Tottenham, we shouldn't have a problem. That's what's been the whole problem. The past 2 seasons, our defense leaked. I think we have defensive issues. We have defensive issues. Hopefully, we'll play with a 6. Caseda, you can say he's actually helped us improve defensively. We don't see lots of spaces in front of our 18-yard box that we usually see. We did see quite a lot on the ground, Potter and Frank Lampard. That has changed considerably, and I'm happy for that. So let's see what else we have here. It says it's taking time. We do need results now. The results will go a long way. Poch has not had enough time, and he's on the panel, and I'm reading his comments here. He needs at least 1 season before we think about sacking him. I think it would take some awful run of games for him to be sacked. Tabejo got the Poch book also. Yeah, he's there. He's under his payroll. He's in it. Good morning to you too, GFC Gavin. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. If you're watching from Constantine Dante to Tabejo to Giovanni Jafta, Metaphor Zoom, all of you, go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him grow. We grow together. Once we drop our standards, we stop being a big club. This new project is no excuse to finishing outside of top 6. That may well happen this season. That may well happen this season, in my opinion. I'm not going to complain too much if it happens, but I still think we can still do it. Where do I think we'll finish within the top 6? I don't know. It's not late yet, but we need to start winning every game. And I'm not going to blame the manager if it doesn't happen. I'll have to look at how well we did, given what we have. In my opinion, please, guys, can you subscribe to GFC Guys YouTube channel? The link provided there. Please, let's help him grow. We're 1 here, 56 likes already. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the stream. Let's get the likes up. And Gavin, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. We are in a process. Yep, we have to stick with it. It's too late to go back now. Yep, and I don't see them after you could say, the wholesale we made last season in terms of how selling, you can say, nearly the entire squad and purchasing new players. I don't think we'll go through that process again because it will mean hitting the reset button, in my opinion. In time, it may be fantastic. I'm going to stop reading it. If you want to come in and say it, Mitch, you go ahead.
I'm chatting
Don't
to
do
Doom
that to me.
and Vera and I'm chatting to Doom and Chimera and the chat, coach. Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
I
saying
understand.
they're talking about the project. It's too long to go back for the project. The project or the process is already up and running. They've spent a fortune setting this process up. It's too late. It doesn't matter if you don't like it and stuff like that. We've just got to stay along for the ride. In a couple of years, we could be superstars. We could be a Man City. And what I've just said in the comments as well is the FFP rules, right? And also the sustainability laws that are coming in the next 3 years, where it's going for, I think it's 90% of your income to 80% to 70%. So these owners are getting ahead of the curve and they're getting the house in order, by getting the wages down, buying players younger, so we don't have to buy Enzos and Casiedos every year, because we will already have these superstars on the books. That's the project. The problem is nobody's talking about the project. They only want to talk about results. They only want to talk about Pochettino's press conferences and try and pick apart absolute nonsense in the press conference. Whereas the guy's just an open guy waffling away. You know, he's just saying the usual generic stuff, and then people are picking little bits out and twisting them. So it's not helpful. As Bobby says, it's not helpful. We're meant to be supporters of this club. Why are we being negative all the time? Because the biggest problem I've always had with the negativity is it gets to the players. So if you're going to make it toxic for the players, they ain't going to play for us, and they're no way to stay. That's the problem going forward. We'll lose Enzo, we'll lose Casiedo with this toxic. That's what I think, Coach.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think the fact we have those young players, lots of them, it's the best. If you have to compare them to their age mates, in the future we're not going to spend that much, spending premium signing good players. Hopefully we'll find a good development path for all of them. That's very, very important. Just quickly here, once more, let me just read that one last one for Mitchell. Once the FFP rules and sustainability rules kick in, we won't be able to spend big. These owners are ahead of the curve. I think that's another way to see it. Honestly, we have some crop of talents that we've signed. My concern is to just find a good development path for them so that they keep developing. That will go a long way for us. Yep, Michi ordered the book as well. Yeah, he read it. Has he got? Big up to you too. Go ahead, Michi, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, because if it's no good,
yeah, go ahead.
So if it's not got pictures, I can't read it. I need like really big pictures, and I can read that book. Nah, I've not read a book for about 40 years. You know what I mean? I'm that old. Roger, have you read a book?
Roger needs pictures too, maybe.
What's a book?
No,
Yeah.
Mitchell says he likes books with pictures.
Big pictures. I read one book, and it's support your club and be positive about your club. That's the book I read.
Aye, laddie.
Yeah,
Aye,
I agree. I agree. Big up to you, to True Blue Clay. I appreciate you. Smash the like button, people. I have no idea as to Jeri Zee. Jeri Zee is the one that's read the book. Let me ask you this, Roger. What do you expect of the fans at the Tottenham? I think that's what it's called, the Tottenham Sports Stadium. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did sell the naming right. What do you expect of them, and how important do you think the fans will be in that game?
I think, well, towards Pochettino.
Chelsea fans, no. In terms of supporting the team, I know they will support the team first of all. I think where the problem, where the issue will arise is if we lose that game. But
yeah, but
during the
no,
game,
not really.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not like we're unbeaten all year.
Mhm.
I don't think we should be looking at one single game as a microcosm of the season. It's how we play generally, and hopefully improving. And you can see how we're progressing, not regressing, so to speak. Not in our finishing, obviously, but you get my gist. I think the fans, even if we lose today, they should understand that, listen, this is a young squad and we're learning. It's going to be It's going to be a very inconsistent season. It's going to be a long season unless we click, unless all of a sudden the players that return stay healthy and we start being clinical, etc., etc. Or we go into the marketplace, this transfer window, whatever the case may be. But if things continue as they have been for the first quarter of the season, we're probably going to barely make top 10. So we need to accept that as a fact based on what we've seen. I think 25% of a season is pretty good sampling rate. So it's that simple.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, let me ask you this, Roger. Beyond the fans' reaction after the game, whether we lose or win, how important will their support be on the day?
It's awesome. You mean at the match itself?
Yeah, the 12th man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many away fans are allowed in that stadium. You know, each stadium allows a certain amount. So
Wait. Can you talk about this? Is it not by percentage, or it's up to the club to decide? You can say the size of seats they will allot to the visiting fans. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it actually works because there are some stadiums that you'll see, for instance, Newcastle fans with 8,000. Then other stadiums you'll only see 500 to 1,000. Now, I think it is. It's probably a ratio, a percentage of the actual capacity of the stadium.
Because if that's not the case, then the club could say we're just allowing only 100, and out of 80,000 plus, then
listen,
it's a problem.
That's a 60,000+ stadium. I'm not sure the seating capacity precisely, but it's around 60, 65, somewhere around there. And so we should have, I would say, between 3,000 and 5,000 there. And you would hope that we're going to be boisterous and loud, but listen, it's like a church choir at the bridge half the time. So it all depends. The away fans are usually quite boisterous. Actually, they're the pretty diehard fans anyway. So listen. The only way to shut up the home support.
Let me ask you this, Roger, quickly, before I lose it. Let me ask you this before I lose it. So the away fans are different from the match-going home fans for the home fans?
Well, they can be.
Are you saying that their behavior is different when we're away than when we're home?
Usually, diehard fans will travel all around the country, and not all the away fans actually go to the stadium. A lot of them just like to travel around and so forth. But the majority of them are usually season ticket holders, and they're more hardcore fans, and they're more boisterous, I think, when they go to away. Having said that, we need to quieten the home fans by our performance on the field. If we can negate them or score early, and see that they're not achieving anything, then I think we'll quieten the home crowd, and then you'll hear our support more so. I think that's how it usually works, and we need to do that. We really do, because that place is like a cauldron. It can get quite loud, It's a derby, and it's going to be intense. There's a serious rivalry between these two teams, and it behooves our players to actually quieten down the home crowd. It really does.
Yeah, I don't know sports fans that much. Let me see. I'll come to you with 10 questions, Mitchell. Let's hear you. Let's people start exchanging. How we're feeling about today? 3 points needed. I think you can say I don't know how I feel. I don't trust this team that much, but I think it will be a good game. Penthouse, a blast from the past. Let's see. Definitely win True Blue. We need to win every game. We need to win every game. Hopefully we'll do that. Dodgers are there again. Yeah, Roger Dodger, right? Chimera. 3K away fans. They can accommodate up to 9K for certain games. Wow. Okay. They can up to 9K fans away fans. Wow. So it's not fixed. And it says 30,038 tickets were allocated for today's game in total. Okay. Thank you for that information. So let's hear you. Let's hear you, Mitchell boy. How important would the fans be today?
I think there's no really a problem with match-going fans. Certainly, if the team play better on the park, it helps the atmosphere anyway. I've experienced this in the past with Rangers. If you're winning all the time, the fans become quieter and quieter, and you just wait to be entertained. I think at the moment, if we really go on fire, the fans are going to be electric, because I know what me and Roger and other people have been like. We're so excited when we actually win a game. We've had a really poor season last season. It's been 50-50 this season. I think if Chelsea do anything on the park at all, I think the fans are going to be buzzing, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. And to be honest, games like this, you don't have to worry about the fans, to be honest. I think the fans will be fine.
You think they will do what in terms of supporting the team?
Oh yeah, because I'm not a London boy, obviously, but the hatred of teams like Tottenham are off the scale. You know, Roger hates. Is it you hate, Roger? Is it Man United? Do you really hate Man United?
Aye.
Aye, but Tottenham and Arsenal, for what I've heard for a lot of Chelsea fans, I think they're the main two that they really hate.
Yeah, Roger, anything else you want to talk about in terms of the fact that Poch was a former Tottenham manager? Do you think that you can say, what sort of game are you expecting to see? Anything from any angle? Talk about the game from any angle before we round off.
It's going to be boisterous. It's going to be intense, I believe. I think Poch, being their former, coach, I think it adds some spice to the equation. Let's put it that way. It doesn't detract. If anything, it adds to the temperature of this rivalry. I think it's going to be an excellent game. I mean, and it's a national broadcasted game, right? So it's the Monday night game. It's the big game. It's going to be huge. You're going to have the whole country watching that obviously subscribe to broadcasting, and so it's going to be a big game, and everyone knows everyone's eyes. Listen, all the other 18 other teams in the Premier League will be watching this, obviously. So they're going to be puffing out their chest. They want to show how good they are, both teams. So it's going to really add to this rivalry. Really will. It's a well-deserved scheduled game. It really is. I think it warrants this kind of prime time, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think the last time I remember really enjoying a game was when Tuchel was in charge, and I think it was the Tottenham game at the start of the season.
Oh yeah.
And since then, we went off a cliff. So this could be, hopefully this is where we just put ourselves back in the map. I'm looking for a big result tonight. I think we were very close to getting a big result against Arsenal, but we threw that away. I'm hoping tonight we can have a similar performance and, take home the bacon. No Bozo moments. I would say I'm hoping for 3-0, maybe 2-0's more realistic. But I always say 3-0, just because I always say it's 3-0. What do you think, Roger?
I'm not sure. Yes. Nice one. That's quite optimistic. I would be pleased to come away, bearing in mind that it's actually at their stadium. I wouldn't mind. I'd be appreciative of a point, even though we need 3. But I get it. When you play the big 6/7 away, coming away from an away venue with a point, I think is very acceptable indeed, assuming you win your home games. Now, obviously, we haven't got 3 points from either the Arsenal or the Liverpool games at home, but we didn't lose them either. So,
considering where we're at right now, in
the process, we just started this journey in this project under this manager. So we have to put things in perspective in small steps. Of course, 3 points of victory would be lovely. But am I expecting it? It's hard to say. The good news is they're not going to be presenting us with a low block. The bad news is it's away from home, and more importantly, we tend to not score that many goals. We haven't scored that many goals at all. I think 13 all year. So we're not exactly prolific, shall we say, in scoring. So until that changes, we shouldn't expect too much. We need to be realistic. Let's be honest.
But
with
Roger,
ourselves.
the whole thing about optimism is that things can change in the future. If we just go by
No,
what's
sure.
gone past, we're going to be crap forevermore. I want us
No, no,
to
no.
win this. I want us to win this game and move forward. That's what I'm trying to say.
Likewise, but I'm just and it's valid. I'm just saying though that I'm not expecting that much until we can consistently show that we can put our chances away and reduce the errors in the back. That's all I'm saying. But I get your point. I really do.
Yeah. Did you
Mitchie,
see?
Do you really think we're gonna win this one? Go ahead with what you were saying,
Yeah,
Mitchie. Go ahead.
yeah, I do. And if you look at the slides I brought on my last show, XG wise, we're top. We just need to start finishing our dinner. I think that's what you call it, tap in. Hashtag tap in. We need to start. We're creating the chances. In the past, we've maybe not created the chances. We are creating the chances, and we're top of the league in chances created. So what we've got to do is convert. The other thing as well is the projected points to the end of the season puts us in 5th. Now that's computers working this all out and stuff like that. So the likelihood is we can progress up the table to 5th place. Going on, even the results at the moment, they're crunching the numbers and they're coming up with us improving. You've got to be hopeful of improving. It's not being diluted and stuff like that. We are where we are. We've had a shocking season last season. This season's 50-50. But you're like me, Roger. You've watched the game maybe 5-6 times. We're playing good football. We are. It's fine little margins. And I think we're getting the better players on the park. You know, these little moves starting to happen, the gelling of the team, you know, players making the right run because they're getting used to each other. There's a lot goes into fine margins in a game. And sometimes they just go against you, but they could start going for us a little bit. We should have had penalties, you know, but then we could have red cards. It's complicated. Football's not as simple as picking 11 men and everything's hunky-dory.
And more importantly, you've got people like Reece returning, who's a not only is our best player in my opinion, but he's a game changer. I mean, he's in my opinion, he's probably our only world-class player. Don't get me wrong, Silva's world-class, but he's not in his peak, if you know what I mean.
And he's half fit. That's what I'm saying. He's half fit and he's still outstanding.
Yeah, it's that's exactly, checkmate. And then you got people like Nkunku returning that hopefully will make a huge difference. So yes, you're right. We have reason to be optimistic, but I need to see it on a consistent basis. That's my whole point, sir.
And James is one of those that understands the magnitude, the size of the occasion, however you want to phrase it. He understands that. It runs through his blood. So he will be, you can say, for him, it's a do or die affair for him. He's one of those that will see it as war. If you get my point, Roger or Missy.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to do better, and that's the whole point. Optimism is things are going to get better. This coach needs time with these players. As time goes on, he's getting more and more time. You can see the little clips with him on the training ground. He's a nice guy. He talks to people. He's coaching them mentally and physically. They're all getting coached in the proper manner. This is all going to take time. It's no championship manager where you pick 11 players and stick them on the park. I think what it is, a lot of the fan base, they're expecting this so-called elite manager to come in and everything's fantastic and we win the league again. I think that's what they're used to, bringing in a Jose Mourinho and everything's fantastic. The way this process is, it's going to take a bit of time, and a lot of these players are inexperienced. Some of them have got potential. Some of them are just about there. Some of them are a bit off. Like Noni's struggling a bit. He may get better in the future. Mujic's a little bit off. He might become a superstar. The only one that's hit the ground running is Cole Palmer, I think. Mm-hmm. The rest of the guys are incrementally getting better and better and better. He's improved Sterling. He's improved Gallagher. He's improved Cucurella. So I'm quite happy with this manager. And I didn't care what some of the other fan base say. I'm seeing positive things. And little things like press conferences, I don't care about, to be honest. What I see on the park, coach, what I see on the park is a manager that sets a team up well to win games. We're banging every game. Nobody can tell me every game we couldn't have won the games. I think there's maybe been one poorish performance. Roger, I'll tell you, was it Forest? There was one game where we were sort of off it a little bit. You there, Roger?
Yeah, I'm here. Listen, patterns of play, you're right. You can see the patterns of play developing. We have a DNA, so to speak. And yeah, we have, I think all 4 games we've lost, we could have won, realistically.
Exactly. And Roger, you and I have been saying even after those games, we're seeing progress. But go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, listen, we're going to go back to this time last year. In our first 10 games, we were unbeaten under a certain manager. And we discussed it on the show. I was like, we're awful. We're awful, yet we're unbeaten. Now, conversely speaking, we've lost 4 times. But guess what? We're playing really
good.
well. Yeah, so this tells me that if you extrapolate this over the length of a season or two, that more often than not, you're going to be much more successful. And I'm going to use United as an example. I've watched about 2/3 of their games this year. They are playing like horse doo-doo. They are horrible. They lack everything you don't want your team to lack. They lack inspiration. They lack everything. They've been fortuitous, scoring 3 times in extra time, the 90th plus minute to get 2 victories. I mean, when they were by far the lesser team, and I'm looking at objectively each match, and I'm pleased. And actually, even though they didn't lose, in fact they won the last game, I'm happy because that means that Ten Hag is maintaining his employment. That's what you want, a manager that's not working to be maintained in employment. And this is where we are not. We're the antithesis of that. We're actually looking good. We are playing well. We're getting players back. And, I think the only thing that could really hinder us would be, sorry to say it, experiencing more injuries or suspensions. Other than that, I think this team can only get better. It takes time to bed a coaching philosophy, a method of playing, and all these new and young players together. It takes time to gel. This isn't the NFL where you have set pieces. Every play is its own little recipe. No, this is free-flowing sport for 90 minutes with a 15-minute break in between. That's it. So it takes time to understand conceptually and what each individual prefers and so forth. You can't just switch on the light bulb and voila. And people will point to Spurs. Well, look, this new manager's come in, but yeah, they're a veteran team. They have a lot of experienced players. We don't have that. We have a plethora of youth. We're the youngest squad, I think, in the Premier League by far. So, with everything in perspective, right?
Yeah. Before I bring into the C once more, let me see. Yep, and Liverpool to the arrogance of their fan base, and that's DJ saying that. And we have Mick Dundee saying Chelsea have played some great football for 70 against Arsenal, then capitulated against Brentford. Not consistency and not consistent enough yet. I like the word yet. That will come with time. Spurs 3, Chelsea 1. We'll find out. Let's see. I am going up with 1-0 for us. Mudrik's goal. Wow. Let's see. Head says we are playing the league leader. 1 point is good. Heart says we are playing at 3 points lane. Nothing less. We'll do that. Let's see what else we have here. Spurs do like to sit deep and hit on a counter. I haven't watched Postecoglou's team that much, honestly. The ones that I've seen them, they've been attacking, maybe because it comes down to the team they were playing on the day. Got to be realistic, I get you. One thing I do know is that Ange will have a plan B and C if A fails. That's what good managers do. Poch, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he knows the alphabet. Wow. Cole Palmer to score today. I hope so. All Poch needs to do is get the lineup right, and we will walk away with all 3 points from the 3 points lane. And this says the Constantine Dantes, I suppose, won't be sitting deep, mate. They will be pressing with all. With a line for 90 minutes, playing high, pressing high for 90 minutes. It's more hope right now. Optimism will come when we see a decent run of performances. I think I agree. Good afternoon to you too. Your name is Costa Comedies. Nice to see you, Mr. Costa Comedies. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Thank you so much. And this is saying thank you, Mitchell Boy. This year Chelsea to win 3-2. Okay, let's see. Hit the like button, people. Thank you for 66 likes. but I still believe we should be doing better than that. And Mitch, thank you for joining. People having conversations. Chelsea for life, my boss. I agree, Chelsea for life. Hopefully we win. Costa for life. Let's see what else do we have here. Up to Chelsea. Let's see. Michi boy is on fire today. Michi always makes sense if you listen to him. It takes the time, but if you pay attention, you'll learn a lot from him. Spurs are 14 points above us. Yeah, but people believe we'll always beat them. It doesn't matter. And at Makonjo, what happens if Jackson stinks it up again today? The manager will change him quickly, but I don't think he starts. I changed my mind on that. Subscribe to the channel, people. 66 likes. We should be doing better than that. So please keep dropping the likes. 3-0 to us, Mitchell Boy. Thanks. Let's see what else we have here. Dismas Main, Chelsea, we need to win this game. I hope I did not butcher your name. At Debayo, nothing will happen. He's still our player. Okay. They must start with 3 strikers: Stalin, Palmer, and Mudrik, according to Lena. Unona, thank you for saying that, Lena. I appreciate you saying that. Constantine Dante, you are assuming, okay, just a conversation with him. I don't have to read that. It's that time of the year. Well, midway, you say half into the year before you say it's that time of the year, Jeri Z. But much love to you, JC. In all of this building process, okay, we should not lose a sight of the fact that the 2 managers have been sacked. This means that despite the owners trusting the building process, they won't settle for less. Oh, common sense. They've spent quite a lot, and you can say Pochettino is he's not on a 300-year contract. He's just on a 2-year contract with an option to make it 3. So which means if he underperforms, they feel like it's not done enough, they will let him go. Great football is simply putting the ball in the back of the net. Any other thing that doesn't count realistically. I think I agree with that. But we're making progress. That's the point mainly. Sorry I missed you. Or show tonight at midnight. Okay, you have that conversation with him. Let's see anything else to address here. And Andy Nguyen is in the house. Tottenham Sports 2, Chelsea 2 draw. You think? I would take 2 draw, but I want us to win if we can. Let's hear you, Jeri Z. You wanted to say something with regards to what we're saying before you join us. Let's hear you.
Coach, you need to recap a bit because I was not here. I went to have some coffee with a friend.
Okay, and I'll come back to you. I was actually mentioning JC. Your names can be confusing, but I'll come back to you. JC,
oh, sorry.
All right. No worries. I think it was my bad. I called your name instead of his. JC, let's hear you. You came to say something. I'm quite sure that's the case. Let's hear you.
No, coach, there's. Can you hear me? Is it okay? Because
yeah, I can hear you. Looks like you were in the vehicle. That was why, and we could hear the sound then. So that was why I had to mute you.
Yeah, okay. No, see, here's the thing. Yeah, we've got a young squad, but many of the squad players have played in big matches. Enzo has played World Cup final even, and Rhys James will be on the ground. He has played in Champions League final. He's not new to the pressure. Thiago is also an experienced operator, and these are the players who are the backbone in such crucial games where it will be really high tempo, high emotions. Look, I mean, in any game, any trade, any profession, the top jobs, and when you are into really top jobs, there will be always pressure. So I can understand some fans do not like the other fans putting up the heat and pressure and all, but this should be fairly fine for these players. It should be something to motivate them. I'm not saying like a crazy negativity, but they should be knowing very well that the pressure comes when this kind of games and this kind of on what I've noticed, like the Arsenal game, we were up for the fight. I mean, if you compare the game we had last year, this year, last year only Aspilicueta was like really fired up, more or less. But this Arsenal game, everybody was up to it. and I hope it will be the case again, because this time we are not playing. We are playing away from the home. But we have to admit one thing: the pressure comes with the job and the nature of the sport. There will be pressure, and these boys are like, okay, they are 18 years, 20 years, but they didn't start playing yesterday. They know how it works. They have played against 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 spectators. So let's not make big deal out of all this. And yeah, time, it will take time. I agree with that. On this point, I would say something. In the beginning of the season, we were playing well, but we were not like Michi said, like we were not finishing our dinner. In the last 6 games or 5 games, we have drawn one, lost one, drawn one, and won four, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So the results have been better, but the performances, like in the loss, was I think the worst of the season, and against Blackburn it was not convincing. So, but we got the result. Eventually, this game is big, and this big, if they win it, it will give them big confidence, and this can turn around the season. But if we lose, then it will be like, okay, I mean, we still need more time, and all that. So in that context, I think this game is important, and it should be taken more seriously by the team, because there is a history. So let's hope everything works fine and we win it. But and I think the players will be up for it. I, Judging by what we saw against Arsenal, I think they will be up for it. So let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, in a few hours. Set to multimedia. Thank you, there, JC. One of our major problems is that our midfielders are not scoring, and it's bad. I think defenders need to be scoring too. The goals shouldn't be coming just from the attackers. It makes a difference. I don't know why Noni Madueke is number 11. He doesn't know anything. He must improve. Let's see what happens. I think he will come good. We need to score first again. I think whoever can. This is a sort of game you could say. Whichever team scores first usually goes on to win the game. But let's see what happens. Jeri Zee and Roger, anything else you want to say, so I could go to Jeri Zee and we'll round off.
No, that's fine. I'll listen.
No, go ahead. You don't have anything else to say?
Well, it's just, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think I'm really interested in to see what how he sets the team out. I want to see which players he chooses. Does he choose Badiashile? Is he fit enough? Does Colwell start or does Cucurella? Who's going to be starting up front? I'm really interested to see, because as time goes on in this season, as it progresses, and we start to receive all our injured players back, I want us to see how he sets this team up and who he prefers in what position. Because we really don't know our best 11. Let's be honest. We have no idea for the most part, do we? Because we haven't had that luxury of having a full squad, so to speak. You can have one or two injuries, but we haven't been even close to that. I mean, I think the lowest game we've had with injuries is 6 starters missing. So I'm interested to see, as the season progresses, what is his best 11, his preferred, and how does he wish to set up, etc. That's what I'm really interested in identifying going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeri Zee. Anything else you want to say with regards to the game, so we call it a day?
Yes, sir. So regarding the game, like we have, I think, already talked a lot building up to this game, and probably will do again before the game. What I can say, as I have deeply analyzed in depth, leaving apart the entire world and looking into the game, if we lose or draw, it will come down to errors. It will come down to not converting the 10 to 12 chances we will have. It won't be that Tottenham will win this game. It will be we'll lose or draw this game. This is my this is my after doing the holistic analysis. Of course, in any day, any given game, anything can happen. But let's say 90% of the times, if they play 10 games, 9 out of times, 9 out of 10 times, I think it will depend on us. We will have a better game. We will dominate them. Again, dominate doesn't mean like Poch. I'm not so good in using vocabulary, so I'm learning from Roger. Hopefully, I'll improve that. What I mean is that he won't. We will have a better game. We'll like do better in the midfield, have less chances on our targets. Be more in control. That's what I mean by domination. It could be 38-40% possession, right? So if we lose, we'll come back and always. I hope not. We'll come back and then we'll look back at the opportunities we missed or the errors we missed. So as far as the performance is concerned, I'm very confident. When it matters, if we are in the lead, again, will they have the composure to see the game off? This is my concern and the question mark. Or on the other side, if Tottenham has the lead, can we come back? We'll even be playing well, even if they take the lead. But, we have to see, as you said, the game management, the key moments. As one of the analysts I talked offline as I said, of Tottenham Hotspur, he told me Tottenham just needs to play 15, 20, 25 minutes most better than Chelsea to win this game. We need our moments. We can take our moments. We don't have to, be like Barcelona or Manchester City to beat Chelsea, because right now Chelsea can play 70 minutes better and still lose. So this is all I'll say. And after the game, we'll see if my analysis were correct or not. So all I'm saying, let's hope we can be more clinical this time and have the better nerves and better decision-making ability in this intense game. So, yeah, so let's hope for a win, because I'm really looking forward to a win tonight.
Yep, thank you so much. We'll have to take our chances. Let's see. Get whatever I have. What next I have in the chat, and we can call it a day. We need to score again. First, Roger saving his voice for Mitchell Boy's show, which goes on for 15 hours at the stretch. Sure, he has been sipped. Man of a few words. Yeah, I agree. With that, I want to say thank you to Jeri Zee. Thank you for joining, and Jeri Zee and Roger Pop. Roger Dodger, Roger, many names. I want to say thank you to Chelsea Michi Boy. Much love to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Constantine Dante, much love. And Elena Unona, I appreciate you. And Set Multimedia, I appreciate you for joining. Andy, I appreciate you. Adebayo Mark and Jew. Sincerely do appreciate you finding the time to join. Anybody else? Let's see, anybody else, and I'm missing their name. And the blue Tiffle game, even though I can't see you right now. Chimera, Metaphor Zoom. All of you, and if I miss your name, apologies. I'll see you guys next time. God bless us all. See you guys during the pre-game show. See you guys at the time. God bless us all, and bye.
Cheers, coach. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you.